You have watched our OnePlus 11 review and I'm sure you must have watched our iQOO 11 review as well. But what happens if we pit both of these phones against each other in a 6-hour battery drain test? That's what we are here to find out. Hello everyone, Aman here for Fiber and this is the battery drain test video of the OnePlus 11 versus the iQOO 11. Now before we get on with the rest of the video, consider hitting that red subscribe button for detailed tech videos and also turn on the bell so that you don't miss any of our latest updates. With that said, let's get started. We start off by booting both devices, and between the two, the OnePlus 11 is the first one that powers on. In fact, the iQOO 11 takes a while to turn out, so there's that. Now for this test, we have both phones set on the same Wi-Fi network. Also, both phones have 100% battery. As for the 6-hour sprint, we start off with the 2-hour YouTube video playback, then we shift to an hour of 1080p video recording, followed by an hour of benchmarks, followed by an hour of gaming, and then we finish off with an hour of running social media. With that, let's begin the YouTube video playback test. After an hour of YouTube video playback, let's quickly look at the battery percentage of both phones. The OnePlus 11 is currently leading at 97%, while the iQOO 11 is trailing with 95% battery left. Now quickly looking at the display specifications, both the OnePlus 11 and the iQOO 11 feature 10-bit AMOLED. However, the OnePlus sports a 120Hz E4 AMOLED, while the iQOO sports the newer generation E6 AMOLED that refreshes at 144Hz. Both phones offer Quad HD+ resolution and are protected by Corning's Gorilla Glass Victus. So in terms of actual display quality, both are top-notch panels. In fact, as you can see on your screens right now, both are literally indistinguishable when it comes to the color reproduction of their panels. Now the iQOO 11 here has an E6 panel, which means it does have up to 1800 nits peak brightness versus the OnePlus's 1300 nits peak brightness. But during my testing, I did face slight issues with the iQOO 11 hitting that 1100 nits number. Not that I had the exact tools to measure the same, but even during harsh sunlight, the iQOO 11's display did not seem as bright as the company claims it to be. That said, both panels are excellent, and be it for using indoors or outdoors, you won't be disappointed. Of course, choosing one will definitely be a matter of preference here based on aesthetics, as OnePlus features a curved display, which definitely looks appealing, but iQOO 11's flat display is surely the more practical choice. With that, we have reached the end of the 2-hour mark, and both phones are currently going neck and neck against each other at 89% battery each. Now let's move ahead and record an hour of 1080p video. Now in terms of camera specifications, the OnePlus features a Hasselblad tuned 50 megapixel primary camera coupled with a 32 megapixel telephoto lens and a 48 megapixel ultra-wide angle camera. As for the iQOO 11, there's a 50 megapixel primary rear camera coupled with a 13 megapixel telephoto camera and an 8 megapixel ultra-wide angle lens. Both phones have a 16 megapixel camera each situated at the front for selfies. Of course, to know more about the camera performance of both smartphones, definitely check out the review videos of the OnePlus 11 and iQOO 11. In fact, Imam is even doing a camera comparison of both smartphones. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you are subscribed to both the Fiber YouTube channels. With that, let's forward to the 3-hour mark, and currently the OnePlus 11 again takes the lead with 77% battery left, while the iQOO 11 follows it closely with 76% battery left in the tank. Now let's go ahead and run some benchmarks for an hour. We start with running Antutu on both smartphones. Now in terms of hardware specifications, both phones are evenly matched, which means you get the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor under the hood along with UFS 4.0 storage and LPDDR5X RAM on both phones. After the first round of Antutu, the OnePlus 11 scored a solid 1.06 million, but it was the iQOO 11 that got the lead with a staggering 1.24 million score. So to see if this wasn't a fluke, I ran a second round of Antutu, and again we saw a similar sort of a performance. Anyway, moving on, I also ran 2 rounds of Geekbench with both phones, and even in this case, while the multi-core score was pretty much in line with both the phones, in terms of single-core scores, the iQOO 11 scored almost twice of that of the OnePlus 11, that too in both the rounds of Geekbench. I then ran the 3D Extreme Wildlife Gaming benchmark as well, and in this one the OnePlus 11 did manage to topple iQOO 11 in terms of the best loop score by a long margin. The iQOO 11 once again came out to be the better one when it came to the overall stability. That is, the iQOO 11 was 82% stable versus the OnePlus 11's 49% stability score. So definitely the benchmarks did not go all that well for the OnePlus 11. I mean, a standalone if we see, then the OnePlus 11 did a fine job, but in comparison to the iQOO 11, there was definitely room for improvement. But we should also remember that benchmarks are just one side of the story. They are just synthetic numbers, because if you look at the real world performance of both the OnePlus 11 and the iQOO 11, then I can assure you that these are pretty good smartphones. So moving on, after the benchmarks round, the OnePlus 11 is still in the lead with 55% battery left, while the iQOO 11 is trailing behind with 52% battery left. Let's move on to an hour of gaming now. And as I was speaking of the real world performance, both smartphones excel through and through. Like in this case, you can see how smoothly Asphalt 9 is running on both of these devices. But it's not just Asphalt 9. Even hard-hitting graphics titles like the Genshin Impact run pretty smoothly on both of these smartphones. So basically, given the kind of hardware you're getting on both these phones, be rest assured that both the OnePlus 11 and the iQOO 11 will be able to handle any sort of task with ease. And quickly now, let's check the battery stats after an hour of gaming, and again, pretty neck and neck numbers. The OnePlus 11 leads with 40% battery left, while the iQOO 11 is left with 38% battery in the tank. Finally, we are at the last leg of our 6-hour battery drain test. We now test an hour of Instagram, and once done, we are going to give you the final winner of this battery drain test video. And we are done with an hour of Instagram, and the final result after the 6-hour rigorous battery drain stands at the OnePlus 11 edges out to beat the iQOO 11 by a 2% gap. The OnePlus 11 has 34% battery left, while the iQOO 11 finishes at 32%. On your screens is the hour by hour breakup of the battery drain of both smartphones. You can pause and take a look. So a great showing by both the smartphones in this battery drain test video. Of course, the OnePlus 11 won by 2%, but honestly, I was expecting the iQOO 11 to be the winner here, since it has the more efficient E6 AMOLED panel versus the E4 AMOLED panel on the OnePlus 11. In fact, I was expecting the iQOO 11 to finish in the realm of 40 to 45% battery by the end of 6 hours, while for the OnePlus 11, I was expecting to see 30 to 35% battery left by the end of 6 hours, which was the case with the OnePlus 11. But yes, that was the video, guys. What do you think about this battery drain test video between the OnePlus 11 and the iQOO 11? And if you are planning to purchase a brand new flagship phone in the coming days, and if you have narrowed down your choices between the OnePlus 11 and the iQOO 11, which phone are you going to choose? Let me know in the comments. And as always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Fiber. I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.